What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Hope everybody's day is going well. I'm Arm & Hammer. You already know what it is. Back at it again with another Sparking Zero video. So I've had a couple of days to try out the new patch, and I've got to say it's definitely a good start, right? We're definitely headed in the right direction for fixing this game. However, they may have fixed a lot of the old issues, but unfortunately, they've also brought a few new issues into the game as well. And that is what we will discuss in today's video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first problem we are going to address is the hard knockdowns. Now, in my opinion, the recovery time frame for getting up off the ground is way too long, bro. Because if you got a nigga that spams the hard knockdown combo on you, you will literally just be laying on the ground for like 5-10 seconds while your opponent gets to charge all the way up to 2 or 3 key bars or some shit like that, and then they get to follow up with a super attack. You know what I'm saying? Now, me personally, I honestly think that supers shouldn't pick you up off the ground to begin with. How I think it should work is if your opponent does a hard knockdown combo on you, it should initiate some sort of ground bounce, and if they already have enough ki to follow up, then they can run a super attack and get that extra damage in. But I shouldn't just be laying on the ground for 5-10 seconds mashing all the buttons while my opponent gets to charge up and then follow up with a beam attack that takes off a full bar in my health, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that shit is stupid as hell. They need to fix that pronto. So let's move on. Now, the next problem that we are going to address is, of course, the unblockable ultimates. Now, from what we've seen, they definitely fixed Kefla's AoE being unblockable. They also fixed Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's Big Bang being unblockable, right? However, we still got characters like Teen Gohan, Z Broly, Lord Beerus, Full Power Jiren. Well, I'm sure you guys already know the story, and I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. As long as those characters have unblockable ultimates, people will continue to abuse it, bro, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? As long as they know that they can pop up in front of you and do the ultimate, knowing that you have a 10-20% chance of perfect blocking it, it doesn't matter if they make it slower, it doesn't matter if they make the startup longer, people are going to cheese it, bro, no matter what. And the worst part about it is other characters are losing viability because of this. You know what I mean? Take Majin Vegeta, take Super Buu, for example. Their ultimates are AoEs, they're unblockable, and they do crazy fucking damage. However, the catch is it doesn't matter if you land the ultimate, it doesn't matter if you miss the ultimate. If you go into sparking mode and you hit R2 plus circle or whatever the hell the button is, your health is going down to 1%, bro. It doesn't matter. So when it comes to characters like them, it's either kill with your ultimate or be killed by your ultimate. And those are fair odds because you are taking a risk, right? But if you think about it, think in the eyes of a new gen player, right? Why would I take that risk using Majin Vegeta? Yeah, it's unblockable. Yeah, it does crazy damage, but it leaves me at 1% fucking health. What the fuck am I finna do with that when I got Beerus over here? I can instant spark. His ultimate is unblockable, does even more damage than Final Explosion, and I don't have to worry about losing my health, so I can do the ultimate as many times as I want. Why would I use Super Buu, Revenge Death Bomber, when I got Broly over here? Omega Blaster travels fast as hell, ultimate is unblockable, does crazy damage, and Broly's got super armor? Oh, fuck that, bro. I'm picking Beerus. I'm picking Broly. Congratulations. Majin Vegeta and Super Buu just lost their viability. Just like that. Are you guys getting the picture yet? This is why only certain characters need to have unblockable ultimates, bro. Because of that, You don't really see Majin Vegeta online anymore. You don't see Super Buu online like that no more. Everybody's using Beerus and Broly because they know if they pop that ult, you know what I'm saying, that bitch is unblockable, does crazy fucking damage. So in my opinion, anybody who doesn't have a risk to using an unblockable ultimate that does crazy damage needs to have their shit taken out the game, bro. It's no question about it. But let's move on. Now, the next problem that we are going to talk about is, of course, Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. Now, if you guys haven't noticed already, Goku has a very significant advantage right now because of the patch. That's why you're seeing a lot more of him than you saw before, but I'm gonna go into that detail in just a minute. But for now, a lot of people's problems with Goku is that he does way too much damage with very little risk. So how I was thinking they could balance that out was basically they could make it like how it was in the show, where the transformation would take a toll on him, right? So similar to Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku in Xenoverse 2, Ultra Instinct could have like a gradual health drain the longer the match goes on, right? Yes, this will in turn have him take way more damage, but at the very least, he gets to keep the crazy damage that he deals to opponents in the first place. So this will in turn make him a high risk, high reward type of character. You know what I'm saying? So every time he pops a super, he loses a little bit more health. Every time he pops an ultimate, he loses a little bit more health. Every time he auto dodges, he uses a little bit more health. You know what I'm saying? That way, you'll have a lot more Ultra Instinct Gokus on the offensive. You know what I'm saying? And he could stay true to his quote. I gotta end this now. I gotta end this fast. Yeah, you gotta end this fast, my nigga, because your health ain't got the time for it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the health drain don't gotta be crazy. It just gotta be a noticeable one. You know what I mean? That way, you'll have a lot less of them just hanging back, spamming auto dodge, spamming perception. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this will in turn make the character a whole lot more fun to play, right? You get to see how fast you can kill your opponent or some shit like that, bro. But let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section. Let's move on. Now, the next issue that we are going to address is, of course, the Z burst dashing, right? So if you guys didn't know, in this new patch, they increased the key consumption for Z burst dash to 2 bars. And in my opinion, this was not the move, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Because let's just say this is pre-patch, right? And I'm an offensive type of player. So if I made sure I had enough ki, I could basically rush my opponent with the Z burst dash. They could still defend against me, by the way, but if I'm able to find an opening in their defenses, I could get a combo off on them and follow up with a super attack to get the extra damage off. But because of this new patch, you can't really do that anymore. And this new high speed dash that they added doesn't really help the situation either, because it basically has you charge the opponent straight on from the front, which will leave you wide fucking open to get punished every time. So what you got to do now is, if you've got enough ki, you basically just got to creep up on the opponent. You know what I'm saying? Shoot a ki blast here and there. And this basically makes the game very slow paced, very boring. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people aren't really used to playing like this because they're used to being on the offensive. They're used to rushing the opponent. So the people that don't really play like this, they're probably getting their asses whooped right now, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. So in a way, they basically fixed something that wasn't broken, because I don't recall Z burst dashing being a problem. So what I want to say is, bro, please give us Z burst dash back, bro. Like, I'll even take 1 key bar consumption, you know what I'm saying? But 2 bars, that's way too much, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Now, the next issue that we are going to address is, of course, the super counters, right? So as far as I'm concerned, for super counters, there's really no specific timing for getting it off. You just gotta mash the buttons and pray that it comes out, which actually works for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And I know that they try to say that there's specific timing to the super counters, but if you really think about it, netcode is fluctuating every second, bro. And because of that, sometimes your super counter may come out. A lot of times your super counter will not come out, and it won't matter how much you're mashing it either. Now, it'd be different if this was like local play or some shit where both of y'all had wired controllers in doing split screen or some shit, but because it's not, I don't know, bruh. In my opinion, they just need to make the super counters guaranteed to come out at some sort of cost, which I will also bring up the fact that they should also have a limiter to the amount of super counters that you can perform consecutively as well. And I'll go back to what I said about having a stamina meter to do it, like jump force, right? So what I think should happen is that there should be a whole separate meter for super counters, right? This meter will allow you to perform 2 consecutive super counters, right? It can't be 3. It cannot be 3, bro. That's way too much. You know what I'm saying? And not for the whole match, just at a time. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say the match starts and I get you in a combo. You super counter out of that, cool. I'm able to find another opening in like 2 seconds. I combo you and you super counter out of that one too. Oh, well, it's time for you to start dealing some damage. Maybe take some damage, whichever one suits you more, to fill this meter back up, right? If you got 2 super counters, maybe you could use one now. Maybe you could use one later on, right? Because the last thing you would want is to not have any super counters, right? Just like in Jump Force, the last thing you would want is to not have escape and to get out of somebody's combo. But the thing is, you are using resource conservation. You're not just throwing it out, because if you just throw it out, you're not going to have any defenses. You know what I'm saying? So to elaborate more, right, you guys know the combo breaker mechanic in Mortal Kombat 1 or the escape mechanic in Jump Force. Imagine if every time I tried to combo you in one of those games, you could just mash out of it. Just like that, the combo breaker would activate and all of a sudden you're out of the combo. Imagine if every time in Xenoverse 2 or Jump Force, every time I tried to hit you in a combo, you could just escape out of it. Just like that. There was no limiter, there was no meter. Well, that's pretty much what's going on right now. There's no limit to how many times you can super counter out of somebody's combo at a time, right? So what this basically is doing is the fact that nobody wants to do combos anymore because they know their opponent can get out of it at pretty much any time. So what's going on right now? Everybody's just hanging back. Everybody's just zoning their opponents out, throwing out super attacks, throwing out ultimates. Nobody wants to be offensive anymore. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's playing passive. And this is Tenkaichi, bro. This is an offense-oriented game, right? The last thing we want to turn this into is some scary zone fest. You know what I'm saying? That'll get niggas off the game real quick. So basically, I say all that to say that the game is in a good place right now. They fixed a lot of shit, but at the same time, it's not, because they've upset the balance. You know what I mean? So to elaborate on that further, offensive players are now at an extreme disadvantage, because think about it. Short dash costs key, high speed dragon dash costs key, Z burst dashing now costs hella key, so you can't really rush your opponents anymore. They took away all of our movement options. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, it's going to be even harder to find an opening in their defenses, combo successfully, and follow up with a super attack. Because remember, whenever I combo them, they can just super counter out of it at any time. But you know what they didn't do? They didn't limit perception. Niggas can still spam circle and get off perception, bro. Long as you don't use the super variant of it that takes off a skill count, you're good, bro. You can just spam circle. And like I said before, they didn't limit super counters either. So let's just say I'm an offensive player. I like hands. I like combos. I can't deliver combos to my opponent anymore because they can super counter out of it at any time with no extra cost. So you know who has the advantage right now? Passive players, defensive players, niggas that don't want to move, niggas that just want to zone you out, niggas that just want to throw out supers, niggas that just want to spam ultimates, niggas that don't know combos and do not know how to box, niggas that spam perception, bro. I guarantee you the game is not going to last very long if those kinds of players continue to have the advantage, bro. So in my opinion, give offensive players their movement options back, bro. Give us Z-Burst Dash back at the very least, bro. Like I said, y'all want to make it cost 1 bar a key? Fine. 2 bars a key, though, is way too much, bro. Take the unblockable ultimates out of the game. The only niggas that should have it are crash out characters. End of discussion, bro. No question about it. But anyways, that'll be it for the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Anyways, y'all, that's the video. Let me know if you guys spot any other problems down in the comment section. Yes, I already know about the DP health glitch. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really mention that because, well, we already know they're gonna fix that ASAP, bro. I don't feel like that's a problem that they can allow to linger in the game for very long. I'd be very surprised if they do, actually. But anyways, y'all, that's it from me. I'm Armin Hammer. You already know what it is. Love y'all boys. Stay safe. Peace out. And I'm going to see you on the next one.